You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
Want your boss to put some real action behind the rhetoric when they talk about making your workplace more inclusive? Find out how to hold their feet to the fire and demand diversity on the Diversity Dude podcast.
Hello there, and welcome back to the Diversity Dude podcast, recognized as one of the top 100 diversity and inclusion podcasts in the U.S. I'm your host, Lambert Fisher, marriage and family therapist, award-winning author, and national speaker on the topic of multicultural awareness and diversity. And whether it be through my one-on-one relationship building efforts as a therapist or my informing and empowering efforts as an author or speaker, know that my personal mission is to do my part to improve the world one strengthened relationship at a time. So, today I'd like to share with you a few thoughts about when opposites attract, make room for them. Now, in the most recent Diversity 2 podcast, also on the topic of when cultural opposites attract, I spoke to those who found themselves to be in a personal or professional relationship with those who, in some way or another, were opposites, which naturally brings some common challenges that need to be overcome in order to maximize the benefits of the relationship and reduce the impact of its inconveniences. For more on how to do that, go back and check out that episode after the conclusion of this one. As for today, I want to follow up on that similar reality of when cultural opposites attract, but this time speak to those on the outside of those personal and professional relationships, where you get to see opposites inexplicably attract, and you have the opportunity to respond in a variety of ways with a variety of implications, both healthy and unhealthy. In order to help encourage and equip you in your effort to choose the healthiest options available, I'd like to take a few moments to explore what you can do when cultural opposites attract. And sneak preview, the main idea is this: make room for them. Let's start with consideration number one. Look for the things that brought them together. It's common to look at seemingly opposite people in a relationship and think to yourself, but they're so different. They come from different worlds. What could they possibly see in each other? And this is perfectly fine, as long as that's not the end of the thought. If it's the end of the thought, then it can turn into a statement, almost as if it's declaring that they are so different, that there couldn't possibly be any legitimate reason for them to be in relationship with each other. And without being in the relationship with them, this conclusion is likely to be premature and missing key facts, leading to statements or behaviors with devastating consequences, all because we stopped with that thought. However, if we allow that thought to continue, then what could they possibly see in each other can be a genuine question that it's intended to be and spark an ongoing exploration, actively looking for more information, whether from observation or directly asking. And again, not to challenge, but to genuinely understand. If you allow yourself to fathom that there could be an answer, I believe that you might be pleasantly surprised when you learn that there is an answer. Now, let me be clear. That answer may not be one that would be enough for you if you had the same choice to choose to or not to engage in that same relationship. But if it's enough for them, if their pros outweigh their cons, then let them be. Which brings me to consideration number two, which is to resist the temptation to protect them from your fears. A common challenge people in opposites attract relationships have to deal with is people's efforts to help them in ways that feel less like help and more like unwelcome intrusion. One of the reasons for this is because people see a personal professional relationship that they don't understand and that they conclude would be uncomfortable or even possibly detrimental if they were in the same relationship. So they conclude that one or both partners in the relationship must feel this way also. but for some reason are either not acknowledging these feelings or concerns to themselves, or are acknowledging them but are too afraid to end the relationship on their own, and thus they need a little help. They need a little encouragement. The problem is that what is not considered is a possibility that they could be just fine, even if you wouldn't be just fine if you were them. If they are not uncomfortable, if they are not afraid, if their pros outweigh their cons, even if yours don't, let them be. Thus, if you find yourself having feelings about someone else's relationship, I encourage you to look for signs that they feel similar, that they are in discomfort, that they feel the need for assistance. And if you see a reason to believe that they would like your assistance or need it, then by all means offer it. However, if they seem just fine, maybe not perfect, but not many things in life are. If they seem like they appreciate the challenges and they seem to be learning opportunities for them, if they see the benefits as worth more than the obstacles they have to overcome, then let them be. Sit back and watch what it transpires. And then there's consideration number three. As you watch, make room for relationships outside of your comfort zone. Now, when I say make room, I'm speaking internally as well as externally. Internally, this can includes going beyond reluctant acceptance of the things you cannot change, which is a reasonable place to start, and moving on to choosing to value that which you may not fully understand how it works, but can see from the results that it does work. You may not be able to imagine that you could be happy if you were in that relationship, but the reality is that you are not in that relationship. You don't have the same opposites attracts to navigate. You don't have the same attractive traits to prioritize and make it worth the inconvenience over the cons. And since you don't have the responsibility to manage or maintain a relationship, you have the freedom to simply make room for it. You can start by making room in your own mind. And as you do this more and more over time, you can look for ways to make room in broader relationships around you, the structures, the habits, behaviors. You can begin to find ways to help everyone feel included, both those who are similar as well as those who are different. So much so that they seem to be opposites less so than they did before. You can explore the usual way we do things and the habits and behaviors that support them, and look for ways in which there might be flexibility, such that you can make room for change to accommodate a new person's needs and comfort preferences without feeling like you're abandoning the core aspects of what makes you you. Many things can stay the same. That's just fine. But some things can change. Making room for things outside of your comfort zone while maintaining many of the things that make your comfort zone comfortable. With all that being said, my hope for you is that if you come across a personal or professional relationship around you where opposites seem to attract, that you will be able to resist the temptation to help them resolve a problem that they may not feel or see as a problem, and instead make room for them. Let them be. Help give the freedom to make the most of their relationship on their own, navigating their own pros and the cons, the similarities and the differences, the inconveniences and the conveniences, without making yourself one of the challenges, the inconveniences that they have to overcome. And if you can avoid that, then you can instead spend time helping create environments where others can do the same, where you can see the temptation to help in others and help them make a healthier, more relationship considerate choice instead. The more we can all do this, the greater variety we may be able to see in relationships everywhere. Who knows? After a while, instead of being shocked by relationships where opposites attract, we can all be more intrigued, learning more, and supporting a greater variety of relationships for us all in the first place. You never know. You might unexpectedly find yourself in an opposites attract relationship down the road and want the same kind of support from those around you. And it can start with you. And with that, I'll say thanks again for listening to today's Diversity Do podcast. If you found it positive and insightful, then be sure to like and subscribe so I know which topics you'd like me to share more on in the future. And share with a friend so that they can be encouraged as well. To find out how you can cultivate a culturally safe work environment for you and your team, visit lambertsfisher.com/playbook for a free guide. You can also learn more in my award-winning book, Diversity in Clinical Practice, which offers unique ways to positively address the often divisive topic of diversity, equipping helping professionals like you in your efforts to meet the greatest variety of cultural needs possible for those whom you serve. And if you haven't heard it yet, I invite you to visit TED.com and check out my talk called What to Do When You Offend Someone, where I offer a positive and practical perspective on how to navigate unintentional offenses in daily life. To date, it's been viewed over 500,000 times. Check it out for yourself. If you find it encouraging, share it with a friend so that they can be encouraged as well. And as usual, I look forward to addressing as many topics as possible in future podcasts to help you improve as many relationships as possible at work, at home, and in your community. And as always, remember this: you don't need to know everything about everyone in order to have a positive impact on someone. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a great day.
Tune in each week and find out how to demand and implement diversity at your job. To hear more, check out previous Diversity Dude shows on ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
Welcome to Old National Bank.
I understand you're all about protection.
Well, we protect you in all kinds of ways, with advanced fraud monitoring and secure digital banking to protect you today, and with dedicated personal bankers to protect your tomorrow.
I'm impressed.
Protection for today and tomorrow.
Could I just...
Oh, go for it.
Old National Bank. Just another reason to get old.
Where'd you get this?
It came with my couch.
It's Shaletta Brundage, Minnesota's autism mom. I need you to help me help stop Medicaid fraud. If your child needs autism services, choose a provider carefully. Legitimate providers won't pressure you to sign up, offer you gift cards, or contact you unexpectedly for personal information. Instead, a good provider will develop an individualized plan for your child and communicate with you regularly. If your child receives autism services, make sure the services are actually provided. Watch your mail for those explanation of benefits letters, right? They show you the services billed under your child's name. Look that thing over. Did your child get all of the services on the dates listed? Now listen, if you have concerns, trust your instincts and report suspected fraud to the Minnesota Department of Human Services at mn.gov/DHS/report-fraud. Or you can always give them a call at 1-800-657-3750.
When she walked in on her first day at Doherty Family College at the University of St. Thomas, she didn't know a soul.
I'm Zion, and I'm a second year at DFC.
A year later, and so many changes for Zion.
I love my friends here. I couldn't do anything without them. We support each other all the time.
At Doherty Family College, Zion also finds support on the academic side. Like all DFC students, Zion can count on a team committed to her success. Doherty Family College is Minnesota's affordable private college option. DFC students earn their associate's degree and then can transition to a 4-year college or university for their bachelor's. Many are students of color or first in their family to go to college.
It's nice to see people that look like you pursuing an education, wanting to succeed academically.
Zion encourages any high school student looking for a college home to do what she did and apply to Doherty Family College.
All the support you could need is here.
Ready to make your move and experience Doherty Family College for yourself? Then schedule your visit to the Minneapolis campus at dfc.stthomas.edu/visit.